Hola, hola, ¿cómo están? Espero que estén bien. Soy Professor Azren. Hello, hope you're doing well. I'm making a video here for my students, my Spanish students at the school. You know who you are. Obviously, some other people will see this as well. And so if you're watching this and you're not one of my students, well, no problem. Hello to you as well. Hola to you as well. Listen, guys, so I want to, let's do a little present here. All right. I'd like to take some time to go through the Spanish alphabet, and I'd like to take some time to go through how to pronounce the Spanish language. As I've been teaching a lot of the classes, I've noticed that many of you are struggling with some of the sounds, and you don't have a good idea of, okay, this is how you pronounce this letter. Here's what the language sounds like. Here's how the pronunciation works like. So I'm making a video here to go through in simple terms, as simply as we can and as quickly as we can, and going through the alphabet and some of the major sounds of the Spanish language. We're going to keep this as a 101 class. If you know what 101 means, it's kind of like, let's keep it as simple as we can today. We're not going to go crazy detailed, but I want to at least give you an introduction. Okay, let's go. Vamos. So first letter is A. A. I want you to say it with me. Say it with me and train your mouth, train your tongue. A. An example here is la abeja. La abeja. You say it as well. La abeja. La abeja. Just like in class, where sometimes I have you say words over and over and over and over, sometimes I'll have you do that. I'd like you to do that now as well. So feel free to pause the video as often as needed and go la abeja, la abeja, la abeja. Okay, and that's obviously a bee, a bumblebee. The next letter is B. So we have la ballena, la ballena. Again, I want you to say it too. La ballena. Ballena is a whale. An alternate pronunciation of this word would be la ballena. La ballena. So this double L in the middle can be pronounced as a j, or it could be pronounced as a y. It just sort of depends on the person. Everybody has a slightly different way of saying it. As a fun little side fact, some people even pronounce it as sh in certain countries. So some people might say la ballena. Okay, so la ballena, or la ballena. You say it as well a few times. Go for it. Feel free to pause the video. We have se, such as la cama. La cama. Cama is a bed. La cama. Okay. Say it yourself as well. We have de for el desierto. El desierto. El desierto is the desert. You'll notice that there's an el and some of these have a la. A fun fact about Spanish, which we haven't talked about in class, but in Spanish, everything is a boy or a girl. Everything is masculine or feminine. We'll talk about it more in class, but for now, remember that everything with la is a girl, aka feminine. Everything with el is a boy, aka masculine. So el desierto, you say it as well. Go ahead. Next word, you all know this one if you're one of my students because of the story we've been working on. El elefante. El elefante. Okay, you say it as well. El elefante. So the letter E in Spanish is E. E. Next one is F. It is, for example, la familia. La familia. La familia. You say it a whole bunch of times too. La familia. Next letter is G. It's almost like the English word hey, like, hey, how's it going? G. Such as el gato. El gato. El gato, which is a cat. There's a little bit more to go through on the letter G, but we'll do that in class. Let's not worry about it for now. On that note, there's also a little bit more to talk about the letter C, la C. There's a little bit more to talk about how to pronounce it, but we'll worry about that for class. Let's not talk about it in the video. Next one is H. H, such as the word el helado, Helado is ice cream. So you say it as well. El helado. El helado. Letter I is I. And we say, for example, la isla. La isla. You say it as well. La isla. The letter J is pronounced like an H. So this is el jalapeño. El jalapeño. You say it to yourself as well. El jalapeño. Letter K is ca. There are not that many words in Spanish that start with the letter K, or ca, as we say in Spanish. Very few, but one of them would be el koala. El koala. El koala. El koala. Now, next one we have L, which is el lago. El lago. El lago is a lake. You say it as well. El lago. M is the next letter, such as el mono. El mono. As you guys know this word already because we've learned this in class. El mono. N, such as la naranja. La naranja. You say it as well. La naranja. Naranja, as you can see, has a J over here, and that is pronounced like a ha, right? Here's another word that has a h in it, that J in it. The letter O, such as el ojo, el ojo, el ojo. You say it as well a few times, el ojo. We have P, such as la pala. Pala is a shovel. La pala. La pala. Okay, you say it as well. I'll point out after, actually. Let's keep going. Q, we're getting close to the end, such as, this is Q, such as el queso, el queso, el queso. You say it too, el queso. R, as in la rana, which is a frog, la rana, la rana. S, such as la sal, such as salt. T, such as el tigre, which is a tiger. You say it as well. I want you to say all these words lots and lots of times. Many of you are quite sporty. You like to play sports. So think of it like when you go to the sport that you play, sometimes you do drills over and over to train your muscles to do the right movements. Well, you want to train your tongue to do the right movements too. So make sure you say these words 5, 10, 15, 20 times plus, like really train your tongue. El tigre. Here we have U, such as las uvas. Whoops. Las uvas. Las uvas. This means grapes. We have V, such as la vaca. La vaca. La vaca is a cow. Now, this letter here, W's, they don't have very many in Spanish. It's very rare. I actually had to Google to find words that start with a W in Spanish. I couldn't think of anything. This is the only one I really found that's common. And even this word isn't used in every country, but el huachiman, which is like a guard or a watchman. X, again, very few words have, not that many words have an X. I'm going to change the word, actually. We're not going to do xylophone. Here's a more common word with an X. I just thought of it right now. El taxi, like a taxi in English, right? El taxi, slightly more common word than xylophone. El yogur is yogurt. Some people pronounce Y's as J. So some people might say el yogur with a J. And last one here, el zapato. This letter is zeta. El zapato. So notice Z's in Spanish are not Z. It's not el zapato. No, el zapato. And in Spain, they're going to pronounce this as el zapato. Zapato with like a th sound. Zapato and not zapato. But that's only in Spain. Everyone else will say el zapato with a s. I'll also point out, I don't really have a flashcard for it here, but I will point it out if we go back a little bit. Remember, we have double L's. That's another sound in Spanish, which is like a y or a j. Those are the most common ways to pronounce it. So la ballena or la ballena, right? For instance. Another sound we have in Spanish, it's not really a letter per se, but it's a sound. It's very easy to pronounce. Are CHs. So that's like a ch, 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 ch. You do it too. Ch, 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 ch. For example, we have one word here with the ch. If we go back a slide, el huachiman, huachiman. There's like a ch in huachiman. That's a ch, 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 ch. And I think that wraps us up for today. There's more that we can go through pronunciation wise, but as I said, I just wanted to give like a nice, reasonably quick introduction, go through some of the main sounds of the language. There's more we can talk about pronunciation wise, but I think this is a good start for today. Bueno, adios. Nice to see you all. I'll see you all in class. Yeah. Ciao. Adios.